Welcome everyone to the world's first and only Orca podcast, bringing some Orca love to the world. I am your Orca pal Sandra, located on Vancouver Island, and today we are diving deep into the world of the northern resident killer whales. Yes, you heard that right, northern resident killer whales. A different species than the southern resident killer whales, a magnificent population of orcas that call the waters around North Vancouver Island their home. These whales are unique, their culture is rich and diverse, and their behaviors, well, they are absolutely heartwarming and extraordinary. In today's journey, we will explore their diet, their different types of clans, their metrolines, and their complex social structures, and some of the quirky behaviors that make them stand out from any other orca species in the world. But first, let's start with a quick overview of who the northern resident killer whales are and where they live. The northern resident killer whales are a subgroup of orcas of a larger orca population found in the coastal waters of the Pacific Northwest, especially around northern Vancouver Island. These orcas are resident orcas, meaning they stay in the waters year-round, unlike transient orcas that roam over larger distances. So, what's fascinating about the northern residents is how their culture and society are so distinct. They are one of the most studied and well-known population of orcas and their social structures. The social structure is extremely complex when it comes to the northern resident killer whales. Now, these orcas live in three primary clans: the A clan, the G clan, and the R clan. Each clan is like a large family with its own unique vocalizations, behaviors, and subfamilies, but especially their feeding habits. So let's take a deeper dive into these clans. So the three primary clans of the northern residents are A, G, and R. These clans are based on metrolines, and each one is easy identified, and each individual orca is easy identifiable through their saddle patch, their fin structure, but also through their vocalizations. The most important part is certainly the saddle patch and the fin shape. So let's dive into the A clan. The A clan is one of the largest and the most well-known clans. They are often seen in the waters around Johnstone Strait off the northeastern coast of Vancouver Island. Those are if you see the videos on our YouTube channel, those are most likely the A clan. The A clan orcas are known for their tight-knit family groups, often staying close together in a pod structure that can include multiple generations. These whales are typically more playful and social, and they have a very distinct vocalization pattern that helps them maintain contact over long distances. In the open ocean, we have to consider noises, as the families do speak to each other over miles away. Let's talk about the G clan. The G clan, or the Genghis clan, is another fascinating group of orcas. The G clan's vocalizations are quite different from those of the A clan, and they often follow slightly different migratory routes, staying more to the central and southern waters of Vancouver Island. They are also known for their calmer demeanor and slightly different hunting techniques. Now, Let's talk about the R clan. I like to remember the R clan as the Robsonbite clan. It's the most mysterious of the three. In over 22 years of experience guiding in the northern resident area, the R clan is hard to see. They are less frequently observed and have more distinct feeding pattern that revolves around specific areas in the northern part of Vancouver Island. Now, as Robsonbite, where they interact with the environment in unique ways, their vocalizations are also different from the A and the G clan, which helps researchers such as ORCA Lab identify them when they pass through specific regions. Now, one of the most interesting aspects of the northern resident killer whales is their diet. All three clans, unlike some of the more widely known orcas in the world that are known for their mammal-eating behaviors, preying mostly on seals and sea lions, smaller whales, and whatnot, the northern resident killer whales have a very specific diet that primarily consists of fish, particularly salmon. In the salmon group that do prefer Chinook, just like the southern resident killer whales. So the northern resident orcas are highly skilled fish hunters, and their diet is composed mostly of Chinook salmon, which is a staple in their feeding routine. However, they also eat other types of salmon and other type of salmon, and occasionally other fish species, such as herring. Their hunting techniques are as varied as their social behaviors. The northern resident orcas work together to herd fish into tight balls, making it easier for them to feed. This cooperative hunting behavior is another example of their sophisticated social interactions within their families. But here's something really interesting. The orcas dependency on salmon makes them vulnerable to changes within the ecosystem. Salmon population, as we all know, salmon populations are in decline due to overfishing, habitat destructions, and climate change. This could significantly impact the northern resident killer whales as it has already impacted our beloved southern resident killer whales, as their diet relies almost entirely on salmon. But more unique behaviors and cultural practices our northern resident killer whales are known for. All right, now let's dive into some of the fascinating and really unique behaviors of the northern resident killer whales. And you've seen this in my videos and clips and pictures. As we have learned, these orcas are highly social and have distinct cultural traits. One of the most interesting behaviors I found, and many others, is their belly rubbing on the beach, on pebble rocks in particular. Yes, you heard that right. Our northern resident orcas, particularly those in the northern resident population, have been observed rubbing their bellies on large, smooth-like rocks along the shorelines. Now, you wonder, why wouldn't they breach? Isn't that dangerous? Well, this behavior is thought to be a form of play or social bonding, but some researchers believe it may have therapeutic purposes, helping the orcas to remove parasites from their skin or simply relieve itching or discomfort. These belly rubs are a unique sight to see, and one of the many reasons many people from all over the world like to join our Orca Camp tour in order to see that. It's captivating while these whales do that, as you do fear for them to get stranded, but they are skilled dolphins. Additionally, northern resident killer whales are known for their incredibly sophisticated vocalizations and songs. These vocalizations are passed down through generations, and different clans have distinct calls like dialects in human language. Well, this vocal communication helps maintain family bonds and allows them to coordinate their hunting techniques within their family structures. Remember, there are 3 clans and 16 different metrolines. Now, let's talk about conservation and future of the northern resident orcas. As I wrap up today's podcast, I want to take a moment to highlight the importance of conservation efforts for these beautiful creatures. Sadly, like many marine species, the northern resident killer whales are facing challenges. The biggest threats to their survival are the decline in salmon population, water pollution, and human disturbances such as boat traffic and noise pollution. While the northern residents are not currently considered as an endangered species, but are rather thriving, their status is precious, and it's essential that we raise awareness and support conservation efforts. Organizations like the ORCA Conservancy, ORCA Lab, MERS Society, Raincoast Conservation Foundation, and many more are working tirelessly to protect the orca populations in and around Vancouver Island and ensure that they can continue to thrive in the wild. Well, my dear orca lovers, thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of the Orca Love podcast here from Vancouver Island. I hope you have gained a deeper understanding and appreciate one for the and understanding and appreciation for the northern resident killer whales, their clans, their culture, and their behaviors. These incredible creatures are truly a wonder of the natural world, and it's up to all of us to help protect them and nurture them. Until next time, keep sending out that orca love and don't forget to stay connected to the wild. And don't forget to stay connected to the wild world around you. This is Sandra signing off and reminding you that every day is a great day to love orcas.